Hey there, everybody. What's up? Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and wherever you're watching this. This is just going to be a short talk about pain. I wanted to do this talk because I don't know, it just struck me. Pain is a very, very, very vast and complex thing that I tend to, doubt and tend to find out about whenever I feel it or whenever I go through it because sometimes I just think to myself, why does this type of emotion exist? Why does pain exist? Why do we have to go through pain? What's the reason? And I always come up with nothing but a blank slate. And yeah, that's why it just piqued my interest. So yeah, I mean, like I've said, pain is a part of life. Uh, I know that it's very difficult to go through it. It's a very difficult phase. It's very heartbreaking, very nerve-wracking, and very gut-punching to those goes through situations that tug on their heartstrings, that tug on their mentality, that there's overall challenges their will to move forward and will to keep growing and keep persevering through these difficult times and difficult situations. That's the thing that really kind of bothers me about pain is that it it's a challenge for all of us. The thing is, I don't know why this specific challenge is there. I never knew it. I never knew the reason as to why we go through painful situations. I mean, I've heard people say that it's about, you know, testing your will to persevere, your will to keep moving forward despite difficult challenges and difficult situations. But I just couldn't wrap my head around, like, okay, let's say you're strong enough, you're wiser, you're better than who you were yesterday, you're better than who you were before, but you still go through pain, you still go through agonizing situations, painful situations, excruciating events that harm you physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I just keep thinking inside my head, like, why do we go through these painful situations? What's the reason? And I never really came up with an answer up till now. The only thing that I've keep coming back to is that it's a necessary thing in life, just like every situation, every emotion, and every thought and everything that we have in life. It's a necessary thing. I'm not sure whether it's to, like, you know, test our will every now and then, but it seems that way. I mean, you know, like I've said in my past videos, life's like a roller coaster. You could be going on a really good streak lately, like everything's going well for you. You're going on this roller coaster, except there's no downfall. It's just all the way up. But then all of a sudden, one day, everything comes crashing down, and you have difficult situations coming out your way. You have problems arising. You have difficult emotions that you got to go through. Maybe sorrow, anxiety, stress, and even sadness. And then that leads to heartbreak and more stress, more tear shedding, more pain. And that's the really difficult thing about it. It's a very complex thing, very complex feeling that none of us can really explain. I mean, I wouldn't say that because there are probably well-trained psychologists and well-trained, professionals that deal with these type of stuff. The human emotions, human brain, the way we think, the mentality, and our feelings. But as for a ordinary person, but you know, for someone who has an interest in psychology, this thing piqued my interest for some reason. But yeah, as an ordinary person who's not really knowledgeable in this field of the human body and the human mind and heart, I do not know much. But what I do know is that it's a necessary thing. And the reason why I say it's a necessary thing is not because that like the stuff that I mentioned is to make you stronger. It's to make you wiser, this and that, because you already know that. I'm assuming you guys already know that pain is there and all the situations are there. in our life to challenge us, but to also make us wiser, to also make us stronger than who we were before. But what I'm going to say is that pain, and I'm going to use a quote here, is that relates to pain, which is, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I bet you've heard this quote before, I bet some of you mostly heard it through movies. For me, I heard it through movies, but I've heard it sometimes from myself, from other people as well, and motivational speakers as well, is that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Necessarily meaning that if the pain is there, but you're not dying, you're not physically dying, it's just gonna make you stronger. Physically, mentally, emotionally, it's gonna prepare your mind, heart, and soul and body to deal with bigger situations and to better endure more pain in the future if it may come. And this saying is somewhat, uh, somewhat bad to go by because at times, some people may take this the wrong way. I mean, I've taken it the wrong way many times in my life. It's that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, since I've done really, like, I've not done really, but I've gone through really stupid situations where I've almost severely injured myself. I would say, stuff like that. Uh, I put my life in jeopardy many times, but I seem to just shrug it off like it's nothing because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, yeah, but I've noticed that every time I come home with like a huge scar on my body, whatever, or bump on my head or like that, my fam and my friends freak out. But I'm just like, it's fine. I mean, it hurt in the moment, but I'm fine now. Like, no, you're not fine. You injured yourself. Get help. Yeah, but that's the bad side of taking this thing too seriously. This side, or this cold, meaning that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You have to take care of yourself. You have to keep in mind, that yes, there are things that you can overcome, and there are things that are not such a big deal that you can just shrug off and walk it off or something like that. But just know that if there are severe situations that you are going through and there are severe pains, you've got to take care of it, whether it be by yourself or with your family or friends or whoever, or with the person that you trust. You have to take care of it. You have to take care of yourself because as a guy who's prolonged miniature stuff that grows into a bigger problem, I can tell that it's not good. It could lead to a bigger problem, as I've said. So even just take care of yourself. I'm even trying to do that myself right now. I'm trying to take care of myself in a better way. Um, love yourself, love myself a bit more. So that I don't end up with big scars and big injuries like I did before. You know, but yeah, back to the topic of pain. Yeah, it's really hard to go through. It's really hard to endure, and therefore sometimes some of us, um, because of the massive amount of pain that we feel, and with that comes sorrow, with that comes anger. Some of us, and mostly also me, from personal experience, I tend to want to feel numb at times. Sometimes I just, when I'm going through my phases of sorrow, anxiety, stress, asking life the question, why me? Why is this happening? Why are all these bad things happening? And why am I feeling this excruciating pain? And in those times, I just feel like I just want to be numb. I don't want to feel this anymore. It hurts too badly. I hate it. I just want to feel numb. But the thing is, you see, that's a double-edged sword, as they say. There's two sides to that. If you feel numb, then you're not only numbing out the pain, but you're numbing out all the joyous feelings that and all the good feelings that you could feel. I mean, if you say, I want to feel numb, you wouldn't be able to feel pain. Yeah, that's good. You wouldn't be able to feel sorrow, anger, stress, anxiety. Yeah, that's the good thing. But the bad thing is you're also not going to be able to feel love, happiness, joy, fulfillment, uh, and overall appreciate everything in life because you can't feel anything. It's basically like you're a robot. You're a emotionless robot, which is not fun. Not fun at all, actually, because if you numb yourself, you're also pushing yourself away from connecting with people. You know, how can we connect with people without emotions, right? Dealing with pain and wishing to be numb is a double-edged sword because it has its good sides and its bad. I mean, I've listed down already the good sides of pain, but so I don't need to go back to that anyways again. But yeah, it's a double-edged sword. And I mean, I would like to mention another quote here that I've heard from a movie or seen somewhere else. I forgot where I got it from, but yeah, I mean, if you guys want to search it up, you can. But I think it goes somewhat like this: It's better to feel pain. It's better to feel sorrow than not feel anything at all. That's a quote relating to numbness, feeling numb, wanting to feel numb. I think that sums it up very well, actually. It's better to feel pain. It's better to feel all these emotions all at once, or some of them in certain times, rather than to feel nothing. Because, in my opinion, you're just in this void of emptiness where you're just going through life on autopilot, not feeling anything, going about your day. Conversations will feel meaningless. Relationships will feel meaningless. Friendships won't have much of an impact. And overall life will just overall seem boring if you can't feel anything. And I guess, that's the price we have to pay if we want to feel those joyous moments. We have to go through pain, we have to go through sorrow. You know, there's another saying, how can you have sunshine without a little rain, right? But yeah, you know, pain is necessary. And I think pain is the reason as to why we value happiness so much. Pain, sorrow, anger, all these emotions are the reasons as to why we value and cherish the emotions of joy, love, and healing so much. It's because, we've gone through that difficult phase and now we feel a feeling of comfort, healing, and then eventually it leads to joy. It's an endless cycle. Like I said, it's a roller coaster. You go up, you go down, you have your high points, you have your low points. Some points in life or some periods of life stay longer than others, but they never last forever. That's why sometimes, in terms of the joyous moments, we have to cherish them because they never last forever. We have to cherish them, we have to really appreciate them and the people around us. And in terms of the painful moments and the sorrowful moments, they don't last forever either. So eventually that will fade away, those sorrowful feelings, those anxious feelings, those feelings of anger, those, painful feelings, they'll fade away eventually. And eventually you'll start healing, and then you start to feel all the good emotions again. You know? It's just an endless cycle that we all have to go through. And might I say that you don't have to go through it alone. There's other people around you. There's your friends, your family, your loved ones, everyone that loves you, cares about you. There are people out there that are willing to listen to you, that are willing to listen to your problems, that are willing to comfort you in times of pain. And I think, at the end of the day, that's what helps us cope with pain. It's yeah, just know that you're not alone. And I'm not saying that in terms of, we all suffer. No, not like that. I mean, in the sense that you're not alone because there are people here to comfort you. There are people here for you. There are people here that love and care about you. And there are people here that you can talk to about anything to get that heavy burden off your chest. Just know that whenever you've gone through pain, whenever you go through these painful situations, these agonizing, torture situations, where you feel like you just want to completely stop and give up, keep fighting, keep persevering, and keep striving to get to that point of happiness once again. Because like I've said for the third time, I think now, it's a roller coaster. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. But just like a roller coaster, it never stays down. And just like you should never stay down. Always try to go up, climb back up, rise to that point of happiness and fulfillment that you want so badly. Because you will get there. Pain, all these negative emotions, negative things in life can never bring you down completely. It brings us down at certain points, but it can never keep us down. It will only do that if we let it. And don't let it. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it keep you down. Climb back up. Rise. Fight your way back up to that point. Don't give up, and you'll get to that point of happiness and joy that you've been longing for again. Anyways, that's all for this talk on pain. Hope you guys found it uplifting and a bit motivating. If you're in a difficult situation now, I hope to help in some way, give you a sign of hope. But yeah, once again, whenever you're in these tough situations, just keep fighting, don't give up, and you'll get to the point of happiness and joy and healing that you've been longing for. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Thank you for your time, and yeah, see you.